sometimes.
Yeah, what's isomorphism?
Isomorphism, oh boy. That's Gestalt. It's on page 464. So basically it's just the idea that our consciousness is a whole, and because it's a whole, like whenever we interpret things that we see, or like sensations and perceptions and all that, we group them in a way where we can come to a general conclusion based on the grouping that makes sense to us, like naturally. Does that make sense? So like, I look at this table, all of these different stimuli are coming at me, but we organize them in our minds so that we see a table and not just random like brown thing with wavy lines on it and like these metal legs coming down from the ground. Like, we see it as a table. So
And this is that the brain doesn't break things up into it.
Yeah. And like, if we focus on one aspect of the table, like that, even that aspect is still like a whole idea on its own. So like, basically what they're saying is nothing is parts. Everything is a whole. Whether you take a part from it, that part is a whole, or the whole thing, that's also a whole.
Okay. And psychophysical means the physical, but also the perception of the
Yeah.
physical. Okay. How does that help describe the relationship between the activity of the brain and the conscious experience, though?
Hold on,
Sorry.
it's okay. Can you repeat that?
So how, because it says to describe more fully the relationship between the activity of the brain and conscious
Mhm.
experience, they introduced the notion of psychophysical isomorphism.
So like their whole theory was that the brain, like our brain doesn't act on just one, like a cluster of neurons firing. Instead, there's like your entire brain is having activity regarding whatever you're looking at, based on like whatever like your brain does, like to like each part of the brain interpreting different stimuli. And because like it's all acting together, they developed this theory. There's like a field, like a general field of like perception, where your brain like changes the entire way that it's thinking, like throughout your brain, because of what you're looking at. So basically, what that means is your consciousness as a whole is being affected by the stimuli. It's not like one part of your consciousness, because the entire activity of your brain changes based on what you're perceiving. Does that help a little bit with that? Like, it's trying to, like, your conscious experience changes with your entire brain.
Okay.
That's basically all it means.
Okay.
There's no parts. Like, that's the common thread between all of this. There's no parts. It's always, everything is always,
A whole perception.
there's a pattern, there's a relationship between everything that needs to be discovered.
Okay.
And we are out of time.